Okay, I didn't think you were getting off that easy this time today like yesterday. Okay. Now, you're writing the inequality for this. So you have a line, but you have one side of the line shaded. So first, let's write an equation for the line. Okay. Remember, the m goes here. We'll figure out what it is. We had this on the final. So find your B point right there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the B's 5. Now find a point forward. Don't go backward. Okay. It's got to be forward. This is forward. Right there works. Okay. Now make your triangle. You're down 3, negative 3 over 2. So my slope would be negative 3 over 2. Now you're not done. You have to do the shaded part. Here's how to do that. You are going to replace the equals with either a greater than or a less than. Here's how to figure out which one it is. Don't just guess, okay? Make kind of a circle, okay? We're going to put one of the symbols in that circle. Now pick a point somewhere on the side that's shaded, that's highlighted, okay? It can be any point. Just pick the one I pick for class purposes. I'll go with this one. So what point is that? That's going to be 4 for x, and then up 2 for y, 4, 2. So what I then do is substitute 2 in place of the y. Then I go to the other side of the circle and I put negative 3 over 2 times, and then the x comes out and I'm going to substitute 4 for that. Now I have 2 on this side. That's a dead given. Okay. Now on the other side I need to do some calculations. Negative 3 ABC 2 times 4 plus 5. Got negative 1. What's the larger number? 2 is. It has to eat the 2, the bigger number. Always has to open up towards a bigger number. So I replace the equals with that inequality. So you got y, negative 3 over 2x plus 5. Now, do you need to put the line? Well, it's a solid full line, so we don't need to put the equals to the bar underneath. That's the answer right there. Okay? That's pretty much all you do on this. Okay, B, it's right here. Okay, remember the B is the y-intercept, so it crosses the y-axis at 3. Then I go forward. Don't move backwards. You always go forward. Okay, there's a good point. That's up 1, so plus 1 over 2. So that's positive 1/2. Now, we need to replace the equals with an inequality. So I set up a circle down here, and I pick any point in the shaded part. Let's go with this one, okay? That point is 1, 2, 3, 4 for the x, and 3 for the y, because you're over 4 up 3. So 3 is going to replace our y, 1/2, and then x is then substituted with the 4. I'm just seeing which way the sign points. What's half of 4? 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, so it goes this way. So I just replace that. Y, 1/2 x plus 3. And we do, oh, sorry, I screwed this up. No, the only thing I screwed up, if it's a solid full line, you put the line. My bad. Solid full line, you put the line under the equals 200. It's when it's dashed where you leave it out. My bad. Okay. I think I made them all solid on this. Okay, B crosses down here. That's down 2, so B's negative 2. And right there would be my first point, so that's up 2 over 1. Okay. So 2 over 1, okay, you can also write that as 2, okay, it doesn't really matter. So fine if it's 2 over 1, I don't really care. But now you got to do the shaded part. You got to figure out if that's greater than or less than. So randomly pick a point, we'll go right here. So that's backward 3, so negative 3 and up 1, okay. So I substitute 1 in place of the y. Just, if it's over 1, just write that as 2. Okay, so make your circle. So again, 1 goes in place of the y. If it's 2 over 1, I would just write that as 2 if there's a 1 under it. Times, and then the x is negative 3, After the x, we have to add -2. So I'm just substituting that x with -3. So 2 times -3 plus -2 is -8. Well, I'm sure your +1's bigger than a -8. Okay, so that's the symbol I use. Y. That's going to be, you can write 2 over 1 or just 2x, and then plus -2 or -2. It doesn't matter. Okay, again, you need the line because it's a solid full line. Because the line represents where you're actually equal one side to the other. Okay. Alright, so it crosses the y-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, +6. Then from there you find your subsequent point after it. This would be the first one. So that's down 2 over 1. So -2 over 1 is the slope. Now we got to figure out if it's greater than or less than when we see a shade like that. So randomly pick a point, any point. It has to be in the shaded part, can't be on this side, it has to be in the shaded part. So that would be -3 for x and then up 2 for y. So replace the y with 2. Remember, this essentially is where I replace my equals. If it's over 1, it's just -2. Then we have to multiply that by x. It's going to be -3 plus 6. That's going to equal 12. 12's bigger, so it's a less than sign. Okay, so I replace less than. Negative, if it's over 1, just put -2. You can just write the integer plus 6. Solid line goes this way. Okay. Okay, I got 2 more I want to show you. Okay. So your B, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is your B. Okay. Now find a point where it crosses right, no, not quite there, right there looks pretty good, okay. That's down 4 over 3, so it's -4/3. Okay, now you need to decide what symbol needs to replace the equals. Okay, randomly pick a point, and it doesn't matter which one, okay, it's got to be in this part. -3 to, let's go -3, -1, just for craps and giggles. So replace the y with -1. Over here you have -4/3 times, and then x, you are going to put your -3. Or plus 4, not b. There's a 4 there. 4 occupies a b. So I already have -1. This side I need to calculate. -4 ABC3 times -3 plus 4. It's going to be 8. I'm pretty sure 8's the bigger number, so it'd be a less than sign. So y, -4 over 3x plus 4. It's a full solid line, so you put the equals. There you have it. Okay, next one. Okay, you're up to 3, so 3 is your B. Find the subsequent point right there. It's up 3, so plus 3 over 4. -3/4 is the slope. Okay. Okay, pick a point in the shaded part. Doesn't matter which one. Right there will work. So that's -2 because it's backwards from the middle, and it's up 4, -2, 4. Okay, so 4 replaces the y. -3/4 times -2 plus 3. Go 4.5, just because you get a fraction, that's okay, but 4.5 is bigger than 4. Okay. So line that sign up and you just copy it down. Now instead of equals, it's less than or equal to. That's the answer. Okay, you don't have to do the last two examples. Those are a little bit different. I might catch them sometime, but this is one you have to know. Because there's no slope to these lines. I'll explain those later. You got